Okay, the engine requires an O2 sensor, a wideband O2 sensor, and I need to plumb that up into the exhaust system, so I'm working on my exhaust system. Okay, while I'm doing my wiring, I got my wideband O2 sensor in, and it needs to fit in the exhaust, so I'm fashioning my exhaust from my 4-inch flange. Got a flange piece and a reducer, and then this is my 3-inch stainless mandrel bent tube. I need to take a little bit out here, but I lined all this up and tacked it on already, so I need to take this out, and then I'll bring these two together and tack them, and that'll give me a little bit better angle back there for what I need. Okay, basically everything kind of needs to come together at the same time with my wiring, which I am getting all figured out. I've got some plumbing left to do here. I've got a lot of vacuum lines to run. This is the I drilled and tapped this thing right here. This is the bottom of the intake. This is the idle speed control. This is a fuel pressure regulator. This one is to my internal map sensor on my wideband computer. This one right here goes to the blow-off valve right here. And in my intake tube I have various fittings. These two go to the wastegate. This big one goes to the idle speed control to bypass the throttle. This right here, this one goes to the charcoal canister. Can purge the charcoal or the gas smell of the canister. This is my intake air temperature sensor right here. You can see it sits right in the center of my intake pipe. So this will give me a good accurate reading on what temperature the air is actually going into the plenum. So I've got all this put together. Obviously I'm going to take all this apart and finish this up later. But I'm going to go ahead and try to fit all this in place, get my tubes run so that I can make sure my wires fit around all the tubing. Out here trying to plumb everything up, I went and got some little vinyl tubing, cheap 14 cents a foot vinyl tubing from the hardware store, just so I can wire this stuff up. This is my wastegate. Got two fittings down here on the side. It comes up here. One of them goes through to my solenoid here. The other one routes up here to the intake, or just the output of the compressor. So one tube comes off of that, goes to my solenoid valve here, and heads back. So these three little lines will be in here for the wastegate. I've also figured out where I'm going to place my idle speed control solenoid. It'll be right here, and it'll plumb in easily underneath here as well. So got to keep working on it. I'm going to go ahead and take this off and go ahead and mount these devices.